If it's sending to another label, which I'm not the sort of person that would go to, like, you know, send my tracks out to like every label. I just have a few that I like to work with for now. Usually I will just send them everything. And but I don't like to send them like more than about 10 or 12. So like, because I think if you're doing if you're doing an EP, they're gonna pick what 4 or 5 tracks most. So I like to give them a bit of variety to choose from. But at the end of the day, even if all the tracks were kind of similar and they had asked me for demos, I would send just maybe the most recent 10. If I just made 10, I would just send those 10 and say, look, I can, if you like them, then great. And if not, then I'll make some more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't I mean, I always have a vision in my mind what I would like the release to be. And I will always say that to the label as well. I'll say like, look, my picks would be these in this specific order.
These 5 tracks.
Yeah, but here is a group of 10.
Very cool. Yeah.
And yeah.
And so, I mean, you release on many really good labels like Emotic, Plus, Key Vinyl, Tarallo. Like, how did you develop a relationship with them over time? And so now you said you would send to one of these label owners like 12 tracks. Was it like that also at the start? Or it's something you developed because now you have released with them, you trust each other?
So now it's like just how you said, that it's kind of trust. Like I'm very grateful to those labels for believing in what I do. So I kind of want to stick with them if they'll let me. Of course, if they'll let me. But yeah, like I kind of like, I like working with people who are really into what I do, and those, I mean, those 3 labels, they really have been. But when I wasn't released on them, I mean, Amatic is a really, really good friend of mine.
Yeah,
and
he's fucking great.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy, and I think he just asked me. Like I always send him my unreleased stuff anyway for him to play. And then like every time I've sent it to him, I've seen his set, and then he's played like 5 or 6 of them. I've just been like, okay, it's just turning into like the Decka set now. No, but it's been really helpful because I can't play my own demos at the end of the day because I only play with records. So unless I have a test press, I can't play it.
Wow. Yeah.
But with Ammo, it was very, very chill. It was like, you know, he just asked me to, would you like to do a release me? You send me all these demos, like and then I was like, of course. Tarhallo, that came about, I think I'd released the number 4 on Unterwegs, which is the red one called Splintered.
Okay.
It was just, I can't remember the year now. I think it was 2020, I think. It's kind of, maybe it was 2019, or it was somewhere around this area. I can't remember if it was during COVID or just before, or just in the middle. After that, that release kind of was the release that kind of got picked up a bit wider, and Thanos just came following my Instagram, and we just chatted, and then he said, if you ever want to send some music to Tarhallo, then feel free. And then I think I mailed him back like within an hour with like, oh yeah, here's some tracks.
Yeah.
And then that literally became the release. He
cool.
just said, I think there was a pack of like, I think it was about 9 or 10, and he picked 5. So that was super easy, but then I've had a really good relationship with Thanos ever since, and I'm going to do more stuff
with them,
which will be upcoming soonish on that label. With Alessio, with Key, I mean, I've known Alessio now for a while, and again, just musically we get on, and also a really good guy, and very supportive. I think me and Toby actually sent him tracks that we, like some of those album tracks that we did, and some extra ones. I think I actually can't remember the exact way that it happened, but I think either he asked us or we'd mentioned we were doing some music together, and I think he was really interested in hearing it. So we just thought, okay, well, let's
do it.
Let's give it to you first or something, and then he chose a selection to use for Key.
Very cool. Yeah.
So it's all very natural, and I like that. I don't like forcing my way into something when you're kind of like maybe trying to sell yourself into that. I like to work with people who are more like, yeah, like let's do it. Come on.
Yeah, especially if they have been supportive of your music, either promos, unreleased music, or the actual record that you released. I think it's nice because they would send you a message to say great music.
Yeah.
You would thank them for supporting it, and then at some point with some of them you will connect naturally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like it's that natural for me. It's that natural connection thing that's really important, and it's how you kind of grow as a community. To be honest. Like, I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with sending your music to like other labels if you don't know them. I mean, I have done it in the past, but I just found it's nicer and more rewarding to work with people who like really take an interest in you and are supporting you, and then you kind of
for sure
supporting each other at the end of the day, you know.